Okay, that is it. We'll have a few limited time. The $800 million, a listener wrote a mail yesterday asking whether it's a loan or a grant. I think it was a friend from Ogun State. Whether it's a loan or a grant. Well, we can tell you because we didn't have time to attend to it. That was it 2 days ago or so. That is a loan the federal government is seeking from the World Bank. The Minister of Finance says it's already approved, $800 million. Now, what is the federal government planning to use it for? As palliative. From what she said, palliative. Grants, just dash as it were, so that poor Nigerians, 50 million of them, 10
million households identified.
And 50 million persons.
No, 10 million household is what they are saying. If you equate it, if you multiply it with the members of their family, they are saying about 50 million Nigerians.
So 10 million households, 50 million persons.
Actually, we had meeting.
The issue is, what are the
criteria?
The for and against.
Quickly, we had meetings severally at Villa, as I've said before, and federal government, even yesterday I spoke with the NSC president, Joe Ajero, who told me government is just playing, that they've not been consulted. The last meeting they had, government was supposed to provide 100 buses, gas powered, and the gas filling station that said open along Airport Road in Abuja, what happened to it? It has gone under. So government need to come out clean. Who did you consult? Did you consult the workers? Did you consult their family through their meet the workers to reach their families for these 10 million workers? How did you arrive at the number of 10 million households? Okay. What yardstick did you use? What criteria did you use? So all these things need to come out in the open. It's shrouded in secrecy. We need to know where and who and where the poorest of the poor located in Nigeria.
The humanitarian minister said for privacy, they will not be publishing the details of
the beneficiaries. You have got to remove the fuel subsidy.
You see, democracy is very difficult. It's simple,
but the easiest form of
governance. Simple, but it appears very difficult with what Bulu is saying with the consultation. Once you miss at any point, it becomes an issue. The federal government is saying there is a national social register of persons that it has registered over time.
Of poor persons. Vulnerable persons.
Before COVID, and all of us were here when all of these things were being talked about. One, should we take a loan for palliatives?
Did you not take a loan for social investment?
No, the
government is continuing on what it has done in the past.
The social investment I mentioned, yes. The social investment were the Abacha loan. Don't forget.
No, beyond that, because the social investment was about 500 billion per annum over time. So if you see that we spent 97% of our revenue in servicing debt, it tells you that bulk, if not almost all of expenditure, were borrowed, including the ones we are borrowing to pay conditional cash transfer and all those.
And homeschool program.
Yes,
we know that. We know that for the return of the Abacha loan, these were the conditions that it should be given directly to Nigerians. So that much.
Not to the poorest of the poor.
That was the condition now. I didn't charge us.
They are Nigerians, absolutely.
So that is it. But whether we should borrow for such a venture is completely what most persons will not agree. And then secondly...
Time, Shola, sorry.
Okay, my take on this is this administration need not try to pull the wool over our eyes when it comes to issues like this. Since 2006 budget, the Buhari administration had been putting into 2016. The Buhari administration had been putting into the federal budget minimum of 500 billion naira every year for all its interventionist programs. So if you do the math, we're talking nothing less than, this is basic arithmetic, almost 4 trillion naira. That's a huge amount.
And you ask yourselves, have Nigerians been pulled out of poverty?
Exactly.
Why is the poverty rate increase? We don't have time.
Let me leave this last word.
Quickly.
Hajia Farouk, she needs to be smarter than she thinks she's telling Nigerians.
Thank you so much for